Hey, I'm Noam Wallenberg. I'm a producer and engineer based out of Chicago, and today we're talking about Moises and how producers can use it to make their workflow a little bit easier. Today we're working on a track by an artist named Jennifer Hall. She's a Chicago-based artist, a great indie singer, and we're working on a track called Belonging Forever. This track was started based on a voice memo, right? This is the way that a lot of tracks start, is the artist will, give you a kind of subpar recording. It'll oftentimes have a lot of noise in it, or it might have guitar and vocals, and oftentimes I end up building tracks around that. The fact that it's low quality is not a huge issue, but the fact that there's other instruments can be a big issue. Lots of times those instruments are out of tune. Lots of times they are instruments that you might not actually want in your track. And so you end up trying to build a track around a voice memo or some kind of bad recording that has instruments that you don't actually want to hear, and it's really jarring to figure out what a track needs when you have this acoustic guitar running through the whole track that you don't actually want in there. So that's where we are using Moises today, right? Moises is going to completely take care of that for us. It can take this voice memo, phone recording, it can split out all of the individual instruments in it. Not only that, it can add a click track to it, right? So it's going to figure out the BPM, add a click track for us, and it's going to make it really, really simple for us to then build the track around. So let's take a look. So first we're going to pull up our set list, which is where the artist sent me the track. This is where it's going to show up. I have the track that is guitar and vocals together. So let's take a listen to that. We brought that into Pro Tools already.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down, down, till the mooring's lost, yet to be found.
So immediately I notice, one, obviously, it's guitar and vocal together, which is a little bit annoying because I don't know that I necessarily want to have acoustic guitar in this song. Two, the acoustic guitar is a bit out of tune, right? That is going to be really cumbersome if I'm just trying to build a track around it, because then I don't know if the instruments that I'm working with are out of tune. So let's take a look at what Moises can do. We're going to click on this track, and immediately you'll see that it has everything split out, right? It has the vocals separate, it has the guitar separate. It also, down here, has a smart metronome, right? So through the process of encoding the track, it has found the tempo and it's made us a click track, right? This is immensely useful because they didn't record it to a click track. So now we can take this track, we can bring it into Pro Tools, and we can build our grid around that metronome. We're going to export this stuff so that we can drag it into Pro Tools. So you'll notice that we're exporting this in wave quality, right? This is 48 kilohertz sample rate, wave quality, like usable quality audio that you get if you have a pro account with Moises. So we're going to hit Export All. So we have our exported audio here. It's giving us tracks as if we had bass and drums and stuff like that, but those tracks are blank. It is correctly specified what we have on each track. So we're going to drag into Pro Tools our vocal track, we're going to drag in our guitar track, and we're going to drag in our metronome track. All right, so here's our demo track, the original that they sent us.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sing.
Now here is just all of the tracks that Moises just spit out for us.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down, down.
Sounds perfect. And then here I'm going to mute the guitar. So let's hear just the vocal with the metronome.
Below the waves, Pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down, down, till the mooring's lost, yet to be found.
Super solid, right? Really, really good separation. There's pretty much no guitar in there. The metronome is spot on. So I can mute that metronome now, and I have my whole session that is now built off of that metronome, right? Not only does it give you the metronome, it tells you what the BPM is, so you can just set your Pro Tools, your Logic, or whatever you're using to that same BPM, and it should line right up to the grid. Now that we have all this separated out, I don't have to fight this out-of-tune guitar anymore. I can process this vocal, right? Jennifer is a really, really dynamic singer, and lots of times just having her voice without any compression is a really big challenge in general. So here is me adding some compression to these vocals. Here is me adding reverb and stuff to get a vibe. Again, we're at this point of the production, these aren't the final vocals. These are just something to build the track around. And when we're building a track around something, we need it to feel like a record in some way. We're just trying to get something that feels good to listen to, so that we're not getting kind of turned off the whole time we're making the music for it. So here's the vocal with some extra processing.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down.
So let's listen to the production that I built around this vocal.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down, down, till the mooring's lost, yet to be found.
And then let's take a listen to the version with the final vocals.
Below the waves, pour with the might of 1,000-pound weight, sinking down, down, till the mooring's lost, yet to be found. When will it be light in your arms, belonging forever? When will it be light in your arms, belonging forever?
So that was our first use of Moises. Check out the next video. We're going to do some more production stuff with it.